no matter how brilliant that mind is, to think of more than one thing at any given time. Try it if you don't believe me. Lean back right now, close your eyes, and try at the same time to think of what you plan to do tomorrow morning and what you will give a friend or family coming to visit you in the next 5 minutes. Think of the two together. You find out that you could focus on either thought in turns but never on both simultaneously. The same thing is true in the field of emotions. We cannot be pepped up and ecstatic about doing something exciting and feel dragged down by worry at the same time. One kind of emotion drives out the other. When you are enveloped with worrying emotion, drive it out with concern ecstatics. Worry habit will break you if you fail to break worry habit. Welcome to Success Digest, where we analyze and discuss those ingredients essential to finding your financial independence and for you to live a life of abundance. My name is Kayode Enrighton, the publisher of Success Digest video series and the journals, and the CEO, Kenny's Consult Limited, a financial service firm that is based in London. The topic of my discussion with you today is antidote for your worry. Antidote for your worry. In other words, breaking your worry habit. Antidote is something that counteracts an unpleasant feeling or unpleasant situation. For an example, laughter is a good antidote to stress. Worry is caused to feel anxious or troubled about actual or potential problems. Worry is that sense of insecurity, unease, and fear over what negative consequences may arise on the event of their happening. What are the worries of an adult human being? Common among our worries are finances, that financial insecurity of paying the next bill. Your health, will I be sick? Then relationships with loved ones, family, and friends. Then career instability. This stems from our concerns for the responsibilities and challenges we face when it comes to providing for oneself and potentially providing for others. Every thought is a cause and every condition an effect. The objective mind has certain effects on the body which are readily recognized. Someone says something to you which strikes you as ludicrous and you laugh, possibly until your whole body shakes. This shows that thought has control over the muscle of your body. Or someone says something which excites your sympathy and your eyes become filled with tears, which shows that those thoughts control the gland of your body. Or someone says something which makes you angry and the blood mounts to your cheek, which shows that thought controls the circulation of your blood. All these experiences are all the result of the action of your objective mind over the body. The results are of a temporary nature. They soon pass away and leave the situation as it was before. This is the process by which failure is changed to success, while worry is changed to happiness. Every thought brings into action certain physical tissue on the part of the brain, the nerve, and muscle. This produces an actual physical change in the construction of the tissue. Therefore, it is only necessary to have a certain number of thoughts on a given subject in order to bring about a change in the physical organization of a man. Thought of failure, despair, lack, limitation, and discord are substituted for thoughts of courage, inspiration, harmony, bringing hope to the victim. The physical tissue is changed and the individual sees life in a new light. All things have passed away. All things have become new. He is born again, this time born of the Spirit. Life has a new meaning for him. He is reconstructed and is filled with joy, confidence, and hope. He sees opportunities for success for which he was beforehand blind. He recognizes possibilities which before has no meaning for him. The thought of success with which he has been impregnated are radiated to those around him, and they in turn help him onward and upward. He attracts to him new and success associates, and this in turn changes his environment, so that by this simple exercise of thought, a man changes not only himself, but his environment, his circumstances, and his conditions. From this analysis, we come to the conclusion that the remedy for worry is to get completely occupied doing something constructive. No time for worry. That was exactly what Winston Churchill said when he was working 18 hours a day at the height of the Second World War. When asked if he worried about his tremendous responsibility, he said, "I'm too busy. I have no time to worry." Also, keep them busy was the cure army psychiatric doctors prescribed for men who came out of battle so shaken by the experience called psychoneurotic. Every waking minute of these nerve-sucked men were filled with outdoor activities such as fishing, hunting, playing football, golf, taking pictures, dancing, and making candies. They were so given no time for brooding over their terrible experiences. Occupational therapy is the new term now used by psychiatrists when work is prescribed as though it were a medicine. It's not new. The whole Greek physicians were advocating it over 2,000 years ago. Most of us still at work may not become overwhelmed with worry while doing our daily work, but the hours after staying away from the work become dangerous hours. Time supposed to be happiest becomes scary when the blue devil of worry attacks us. That's when we begin to wonder whether we are anywhere in the world, whether we are rot, wondering if life expectation can ever become manifestation. Are we losing our sex appeal, or how do we pay our bills? When we are not busy, our mind tend to become near vacuum. But you know what? There's no vacuum in nature. Nature rushes in to fill the vacant mind with negative emotions of worry, fear, hate, jealousy, and envy, which are the emotions driven by primeval vigor and the dynamic energy of the jungle. They are so violent that they drive out of our mind all peaceful, happy thoughts and emotions. When I said get busy, I do not mean doing the normal house chore like laying the bed, sweeping the floor, or washing plates in the kitchen. I mean being enveloped with nerve-breaking duties, as being discovered by a woman whose only child decided to enroll in the army during the war on the day or after Pearl Harbor and was drafted to the war front. The mother almost wrecked her head, worrying over her only son. Where will he be? Will he be safe? Was he in action? Will he be wounded, or will he be killed? She overcome it by getting busy. At first, she dismissed her maid and tried to keep busy doing all her housework herself, but that did not help much. The point was that she could do her own work almost mechanically without using her mind, and so she still continued to be soaked in worry. She realized that what she needed was a kind of work that will keep her busy both mentally and physically every hour of the day. So she took a job as a saleswoman in a large departmental store. That was what did it. She immediately found herself in a whirlwind of activities. Customers swarming around her, asking for prices, asking for sizes, color. Never a second to think of anything except her immediate duty. And when night came, she thought of nothing except getting off her aching feet. As soon as she ate her dinner, she fell into bed and instantly slept off. She had neither the time nor the energy to worry. She created for herself an art of forgetting the unpleasant, a certain comfortable security, certain profound inner peace, kind of happy numbness. When this animal, called man, is absorbed in an allotted daunting task, he gets busy mentally and physically, doing what needs to be done, forgetting to worry on an unpleasant situation. Please, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should do nothing when calamity knocks on your door. What I'm advocating is not to worry, but to be concerned. To worry is to be troubled about the situation, but to be concerned is to regard that situation as an important thing to do, to have a specific connection with that situation such that you regard it as your responsibility to put it right, to resolve it. Being miserable about an unpleasant situation is because you have the leisure to bother about whether you are happy about it or not. But when you roll up your sleeve and get busy, keeping busy in concerning about it, you are applying the cheapest and best medicine in resolving it. Keep busy and soak yourself in the act of solving the problem. If you fail to break the worry habit, it will not fail to break you. I will give you this example. If you have to cross the road to the other side of a busy motorway, it will become a miracle to get to the other side alive in a worried state. But when you are concerned about it, you will wait until each side of the road is free of vehicle before stepping forward. There is nowhere in record where an unpleasant situation is reversed and become favorable and pleasant simply by worrying about it. But it will be resolved by taking necessary constructive positive action. Let me tell you what worrying does to you. Do you know that a whopping 70% of all patients who come to doctors could cure themselves if they only got rid of their fears and worry? Those illnesses are not imaginary, but they are real. Illnesses such as nervous indigestion, stomach ulcers, heart disturbances, insomnia, headaches, and some type of paralysis fall into this category. Fear causes worry. Worry makes you tense and nervous and affect the nerve of your stomach and actually changing the gastric juices of your stomach from normal to abnormal and often lead to stomach ulcers. You do not get stomach ulcer from what you eat. You get ulcer from what is eating you. A study of 15,000 patients treated for stomach disorder at the Mayo Clinic revealed that 4 out of 5 has no physical basis whatsoever for their stomach illness. Fear, worry, hate, utmost selfishness, and the inability to adjust themselves to the world of reality were largely the causes of their stomach illness and stomach ulcers. Stomach ulcers can kill you. It now stands 10th in the list of fatal diseases. Worrying is a negative emotion which must be removed before becoming emotional wreck and fatality. I'm going to conclude by letting you know that most hit by these menace are the business executive. What a price to pay for business advancement. What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world but paid for it with stomach ulcers and heart trouble, losing his health? Even if he owned the whole world, he could only sleep only on one bed at a time and eat only 3 meals in a day. Even his new employee in the office can do that and probably sleep more soundly and enjoy his food more than a high-powered captain of industry. I would rather be a free man than being a slave to ill health. One of the lessons learned during the recent pandemic is that money alone cannot buy a good health, as we have heard of a rich man paying ridiculous amount of money for oxygen that was administered to him in one of the European hospitals. One of his remarks before his death was that how much would he have had to pay God if he had been charged for the free air he had breathed since he was born? Same goes to all of us. If God gives us good health free, why substituting it with damaged health by worrying? Be concerned with unpleasant situation, not to worry. For we are not given the spirit of fear. Here at Success Digest, we discuss practical issues and not theories, and this one is not an exception. I left my comfort zone in Nigeria and get to the UK and met a different situation when compared with when I was a student here. The peak was when myself and my 2 underage children lost our house and had nowhere to lay our heads. Did I get worried and become a wreck? No. I rolled up my sleeve, got concerned about the unpleasant situation, and began to work out a solution. Break the worry habit before it breaks you is the cap that I put on. And that's why I could be discussing the antidote for your worry with you today. Time will not permit me to continue with this important discussion. Nevertheless, if you are interested in a fuller detail on this topic or any of my previous videos, please feel free to contact us at Kenneth Consult Limited and allow us to discuss with you more enlightenments and ingredients needed for becoming financially independent. We are the financial experts that specializes in financial management. We will invest your fund on financial instruments for you at the stock exchange and manage it for you thereafter. We also provide training in career, skill development, business and temporal development, business counseling, mentoring, particularly for youth vocational training. Let us continue to travel together on this journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed is to be transformed, and not to be informed is to be deformed. I'm still Kayode Narrator, and I can be reached on 07427942000 or 07951775255. Better still, visit our website, kennisconsultlimited.uk. kennisconsultlimited.uk. If you are blessed by this video, please subscribe to it, share it, and like it. Also, visit our blog on YouTube for our videos. Please continue to enjoy your success.
Welcome to Success Digest, where you obtain ingredients for your financial abundance and financial wellness and be fully financially independent. Let us travel together on this our journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed is to be transformed. Not to be informed is to be deformed. Success Digest leads you to financial independence.